Lesson 10.2 is about perpendiculars and parallels. Okay, in this lesson we cover constructions 4, 5, and 6, which are 3 applications of a perpendicular bisector. And then we cover construction number 7, which is how to draw a line, construct a line parallel to a given line. Okay, construction number 4 is the perpendicular bisector. We're going to take this segment and divide it into half with a perpendicular segment. So what I do is I take the tip of my compass and I put it on one of the endpoints of the segment, and I choose a radius that's at least halfway, more than halfway across the length of that segment. And in doing so then I hit an arc above and below, swinging my compass around. Then I pick up the tip of the compass and put it on the other endpoint. Keeping the radius the same, I hit above and below. Those 2 points of intersection are on the perpendicular bisector since they're equidistant from both endpoints. And although I made it look a little bit tilted, this line is perpendicular to the given segment and divides it into 2 congruent segments. Okay, in this next construction I'm going to create a segment perpendicular to the given segment, but it has to go through that given point on the line. And we notice that's not the midpoint, so we can't use the endpoints of this segment. But what we can do is use that point as a midpoint and create our own little mini segment inside of this segment. So what I do is I put the tip of my compass on that point, and I choose kind of a short but convenient radius, and I swing to the left and I swing to the right by equal amounts, keeping the radius the same. And I have created 2 endpoints for a virtual little mini segment between those 2 red points. Then I can use those as anchors, choose a convenient radius more than halfway across the span of the red points, and I can swing up, and I don't even have to swing down, but I can, and I go over to, so that was from this endpoint, then I go over and put my tip of my compass on this endpoint and swing up and swing down. And all of those points, the point on the line and the 2 points of intersection, are equidistant from those little red points, and I have created a perpendicular then to the given segment. So this just uses the same construction we did in number 4, a perpendicular bisector. It's just that we have created our own sort of little mini segment here to use as endpoints. In this next construction, we're going to do a perpendicular. We're going to construct a perpendicular segment to the given segment, but it has to go through that point that's not on the line. It's an outside point, off the line. So what I do is same thing as the last one. I put the tip of my compass on that point, and I want to create 2 equidistant anchor points for myself on the line. So I choose a radius that's going to hit that segment in more than one place, and so I swing to the left and I swing to the right, and I basically again create a little mini segment with endpoints equidistant from that blue point. Then once again I do the construction of a perpendicular bisector. Now I already have a point above the segment, so I'm going to put the tip of my compass here and choose a convenient radius more than halfway across the span of red points, and I'm going to swing down, and then I'm going to put the tip of my compass on the other little kind of mini endpoint and swing down from there. And then that should line up with the blue point up above to create a perpendicular through the segment and through that given point. Okay, the last construction in this lesson is to construct a line parallel to a given line through a point not on the line. So the first thing I do with this is I'm going to make an angle that I can copy. So I choose a point on the segment or on the line, and I connect it. That's going to be the vertex of an angle. So I connect that through the point that's not on the line to make the side of an angle. Now what I want to do is copy the bottom angle with this vertex into at there, so that's going to be a vertex of an angle right above it, and they will end up being corresponding angles congruent. and we'll have two of the sides will therefore be parallel. So what I do is I put my compass tip on the vertex of the angle I'm going to copy, and I hit a nice arc mark that goes through both. I keep the radius the same and put the compass tip on my new vertex, and I make the identical arc. Then I'm going to put the tip of my compass right here on this side of the angle and measure across the span of my original angle and hit an arc. And I'm going to copy that motion up above, put the compass tip here, and hit the same span there. Now what I've got is a point of that point of intersection. If I connect from that vertex through, I end up with two corresponding congruent angles, and therefore these lines are parallel. And that is it.